I am eating some Hungry Hollow tomatoes. They're little tiny things, and they are so good. They become my favorite tomato. Hi, I'm Mark Alyn. Welcome to Mark Alyn Cooks, and today we're going to be cooking vegan. We're going to be cooking chili. So as the weather turns, as we get colder and colder, and I'm going to miss summer. I'm going to miss wearing shorts, being barefoot and running through my grass, and just being outside. But to keep the chill away, Carolina Schneider is joining us. She is the Green RD, and we're going to find out how to make a great vegan chili as Mark Alyn Cooks takes to the air. Join us. And welcome to Mark Alyn Cooks. We've got a great guest. She's been here before. Carolina made a stir fry with us. It's got to be months, maybe a year ago. We've been doing the show for 2 years. And anyway, let's bring Carolina in. We'll talk for a moment. Carolina, how are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me again. How are you?
I'm terrific. Carolina and I, we hung out together for about 6.5 minutes till your husband pulled you off for a meeting. I think that was Expo West last year, and I just came back from Expo East in Philadelphia. Boy, did I eat good. Well, we won't talk about that because it may or may not have been vegan or vegetarian. If you have comments today and you want to ask Carolina questions about your diet or about a specific food, go ahead and join us. Even if you're watching this as it's in a replay, you can still ask questions, and I'll make sure that Carolina gets those questions. Carolina, let's start with just some background. You're from Brazil. You speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, and anything else?
Yes, Mark. I am a registered dietitian specializing in plant-based nutrition. So I've actually been following this fully vegan plant-based diet for about 10 years. And Mark, I don't know if I told you this last time I was here, but I was actually studying journalism. And I wanted to host shows like you and write articles and be on the news. And I was in college. My roommate at the time was vegan. And this is about a long time ago.
Yeah, about 4 years ago. Come on.
About 15 years ago. So she and I, we would cook a lot together. She would make all these delicious plant-based meals, and that's really what got me interested, in this way of eating.
Did you go to school in college in Brazil or here in the United States? Or both?
Here in the U.S., I did school in Fort Myers, Florida. And I lived there for about 6 years. Then I went back to school to become a dietitian. I did my master's. I definitely believe that I chose the right career because I am passionate about healthy foods and most importantly helping people feel better through lifestyle and eating more plants, as you know.
Well, we're going to make a chili. You're going to direct us in a little bit. I'm going to start by putting some olive oil and getting that hot so we can put in some of the fresh ingredients. And I want to turn the stove on. And I'm going to add some non-GMO olive oil. Now we're going to have the recipe up tomorrow on YouTube. You'll be able to see that. And before it gets hot, I'm going to squish that around. Now, what I was going to ask you is that I don't cook with a lot of salt, because I think a lot of plants and food in general have salt. Do we need salt like that? Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to open up our beer.
Oh, we
I got
Let's do it.
Yeah. And you have an Italian beer.
Italian beer here. Let's see if I can do this. I can do it.
Good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You have a California beer today.
I do. I have a Lagunitas, and they make a number of different kinds of beer. I haven't had this one. This is their Maximus, and it's an IPA. Ooh, it's 9% alcohol, so it's a little bit heavier.
You can make this recipe. I mean, should I be concerned?
You should be.
Carol's gonna have to take over for you.
Yes, that'll be the day.
How is it? Very strong.
Oh no, I like this. It's got a very strong hoppy flavor. IPAs generally do, but this is really nice, and it'll go very well with the chili.
I agree. And there, you have your dinner for tonight. You have some nice comforting chili. As you said, we're getting away from summer, unfortunately. Here in California, it's getting a little cooler in the morning. So this is a perfect dish that I truly enjoy. And I think it's very filling. That's my favorite part.
So I'm putting into the oil chopped red onion. Now, I think the recipe itself calls is for 4 or 6 people. I've cut it down considerably because it's only Carol and me.
Just you guys. And Mark, I'm curious. We're using red onion today. I personally love the flavor of red onions, and I like to cook with them. But how do you choose your onions when you're making recipes? Red, yellow. Do you have a preference?
I do. I go for sweet onions mostly, and this says sweet. There's a label on it, or there was. If they're flatter, they seem to be sweeter. Have you noticed that?
No, I didn't know that. It's interesting.
Yeah. So when they're flatter, this is round. I know it's going to make you cry. It'll make me cry.
I was crying earlier. I told you I was cutting onions and right before the show, which was a mistake because then I started crying.
I thought you were crying because I thought you were crying because you had to work with me today.
Well, I was so happy to see you. That's why.
I have to tell you, if you here's the secret: you can take your onion, put it in the freezer for just a couple of minutes, and the chemicals in there don't react to the air. And if you do that, you won't cry, or at least you won't cry as much.
That's amazing. I will definitely try that next time because I've tried all sorts of things like having the water running, putting a spoon in your mouth, wearing goggles. Nothing works.
Got it. All right, I'm going to add some red pepper. And this is sweet red pepper.
Perfect. So bell peppers are an excellent source of vitamin C. They actually have more vitamin C than oranges. And just one cup of raw bell peppers have more than 100% your daily needs for vitamin C. So if you are thinking about you're feeling like under the weather, or you need to take a vitamin C supplement, no, just eat more vegetables and just pack on some bell peppers.
We've got. Do you like green pepper?
Yes, I love all bell peppers. I tend to cook with red. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're all nutritionally speaking very similar. And I love eating them raw with some dip.
I do too. I don't like green pepper. It's just so strong, and I do like strong flavors, but I think that the red. I've had red, purple, yellow, orange, and Hungarian green at a restaurant in New York that's no longer there, Sammy's Romanian Steakhouse, and it was fabulous. But they weren't overpowering, and that's what I liked about them. All right, I've got to put more stuff in. What am I doing next? Carrot and celery?
We're putting some other veggies, celery, and carrots. And, Mark, we have the recipe. We have, sort of some direction. But you really can't go wrong when it comes to chili. If you want to pack on some other veggies in there, if you want to put a little bit more of something when it comes to the vegetables, you really can't go wrong. I think they add a nice texture. I love having a variety of colors. So, we have the carrots. I actually have carrots of different colors. I have the rainbow carrots, some purple, orange, yellow carrots. We have the peppers and the celery, just all different colors. So that means more nutrition for you.
I'm going to add just a touch more olive oil. Why don't you take a look? Just so
that looks good.
Yeah. And I want to show everybody this. I've shown people on the show about Fresno peppers. Okay, I took all my red peppers, which are very hot, and I pickled them last week. These are green. I had one green one left, and I read about it, and the green have flavor, not heat. So I'm going to put that in too. Just one.
Oh, excited. Let me know how it tastes later. Yeah, I think any pepper here, the recipe calls for chili powder. But if you want to put some just hot peppers or flavorful peppers, again, everything will work here. The chili powder, sometimes for people, it's a little overpowering. So you can put a little bit less of that and then pack on some fresh peppers instead.
Okay, we're still cooking this. Let's see, we're going to add some celery now. Oh, I already did.
Already did, yeah. Chopped celery. You put celery, carrots, peppers, and onions so far.
And we're going to add garlic. Now, I love garlic. The recipe calls for, I think,
too.
4.
You're going to add a little bit extra.
Yes. But that's one of the things about cooking. This is such an easy recipe that you can change it up. If you don't want carrots, you can add, I don't know, turnips. Zucchini.
Yeah.
That would work. I already talked about the fact that the beans that we're going to be adding in just a couple of moments, they don't have salt. So I'm not going to add salt to this because Carol and I we don't eat it. If we want salt, we add it afterwards.
Perfect. That works. If people watching, if you can't find canned beans without salt, I know it's not everywhere that you can find it.
Right.
Not to worry. What I recommend is rinsing your beans really well with plenty of water, and that should reduce the sodium content, the content of salt, by about 40% actually. So, we know sodium is associated with heart disease when you're consuming too much of it. So, I completely agree with you, Mark. I think we can just kind of add salt to taste as we're eating. I'm not a big salt person either, and I think a little bit is good to bring out the flavors, absolutely. But I think the vegetables and the beans are so flavorful on their own that you don't need to overdo the salt.
All right, I'm going to add some oregano now. How much oregano?
How much oregano? I know. I just sorry, my dog is barking.
I've got the recipe right here.
It's a 1 teaspoon, but I honestly, Mark, I just kind of eyeball it with the spice, with the oregano at least. But it's about 1 teaspoon for the larger recipe. So I would say half a teaspoon for you because you're making a little smaller amounts.
I'm going to put in some chili powder. Don't get carried away. I won't get carried away, Carol says.
Chili powder is 2 tablespoons. So, again, that could be a lot, especially if you're cutting your recipe in half. Perhaps just 1 tablespoon. And you can always add more if needed.
It's already smelling great.
I wish I could smell it, but it looks great.
Well, we're trying to invent a smell-o-vision.
That's
camera, Carol. We're trying to invent smell-o-vision and also trying to do elongated pictures of Mark. Okay. I've got smoked paprika. We were in Spain a few years ago, and that's where most paprika comes from. But the smoked paprika is so delicious, so flavorful.
That's what I have as well, but unfortunately not from Spain. Oh, it says product of Spain, but I didn't get it directly from Spain, unfortunately.
I didn't either. I'm curious. Is there any uh, 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 nutritional benefits to paprika?
All peppers, or the hot spices or warmer spices have some anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. They're mostly used in like ancient Chinese medicine, herbalism. People use herbs as a healing property. Nowadays, I think it's more for flavor. Maybe you get some antioxidants. Not considerably amounts, but something that does have a lot of great nutritional benefits is cinnamon, ground ginger, and garlic as well as onions. So you're getting some garlic and onions in this recipe, and those are wonderful for our health.
Oh, I've got to tell you, it smells delicious, and it's not even done.
And did you add any cumin?
I added some cumin, and I love cumin. Cumin is used in so many different cultures: Chinese, Hispanic foods, Indian foods, Mediterranean. I started to ask because I have ground cumin, which is what I put in. I also have cumin seed, and I love cumin seed. I make Brussels sprouts with cumin seed.
Do you put them whole? You use them whole?
What I do is I take the Brussels sprouts, I clean them up, cut off the little knobby, ugly thing, and cut them in half, put them in a plastic bag, add some olive oil, and then add the cumin seed, shake it up, and put it on a flat pan, like a pizza pan. Stick it in the oven at 350 or 375 for about 15 minutes. It's delicious.
Yum, I'll have to try that. I love roasted Brussels sprouts, but I haven't tried the whole cumin seeds.
When you were growing up, did your mother overcook the Brussels sprouts and make them gray?
Mark, I didn't eat Brussels sprouts in Brazil. The first time I ate Brussels sprouts was in the U.S.
The first time I ate them was when I must have been past 35 because my mother made them gray, and so did everybody else that I knew. They were boiled. They were terrible. Blech.
Oh no, boiled Brussels sprouts is not my favorite.
All right. The next thing we're going to add are the tomatoes. And we're also going to add the tomato juice.
Yep. Tomato juice and diced tomatoes from a can. It's perfect. We were talking earlier, Mark, about the type of tomatoes that we recommend for people if they find the San. Do you remember?
Yes, San Manzano.
Yes.
San Manzano. We tried to grow those, and I really like that tomato. It's such a robust flavor. We have these tomatoes over here, and these are organic and non-GMO, hungry, hollow tomatoes, and they're cherry tomatoes, and they're really good. They're not as good as the San Marzano, and you can't find them fresh. It's hard to find them fresh.
It is very hard. I've only seen them in a can or in some pasta sauces that use them or pizza sauces. But I know you can buy the canned San Marzano tomatoes pretty much.
Yes. Yeah, you get those almost immediately. So I am going to cut up, dice some cilantro because that's going to go in very soon too. We'll see when that goes in.
Perfect. That's I usually add that towards the end. So I do the tomatoes with their juice, and then the drained beans. So we have black beans and pinto beans. You can't really go wrong if you want to add another type of bean like kidney beans. That's perfect as well. What do
Here
you have
are
today?
the black beans, and we're going to put those in.
Perfect.
I don't know if you knew this, and then I'm going to show you before I stir those in. I'm going to show you the pinto beans.
Yeah.
Now, these are both from cans, and as Carolina has recommended, I really rinse these because I don't know why, but they have some kind of icky, gooey something.
Yeah. That's the starch. So because they contain carbohydrates, starchy carbohydrates, the natural sugars found in legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas, they can form, when they're in water and they sit there, and they can form the kind of like slimy texture, consistency, and that's very, very normal with chickpeas as well. You might notice that. So just rinse it well. If you're buying it with salt, the rinsing process will help reduce the salt content, which is better for our health. And then you can, always buy like Mark beans with no salt added, and you can season yourself if you would like to add a little bit of salt to that.
One of the things that I love is cilantro, and I'm going to show you my cilantro here. And Carol really loves cilantro. It's catnip. It's just delicious stuff. And so I have a whole bunch of it. There's actually, and you probably know more about this than I do. I've just read about it. It's genetic. You either like this stuff or you don't.
Yes. Right? I was just going to mention that. It is genetic, and either people love it or they hate it. And I know so many people that simply cannot stand cilantro. And there is a genetic component to it. Luckily, we did not get that gene, and we love cilantro. And it is lucky because it's such a flavorful herb, and I think it makes everything better. And I actually added in the recipe, Mark, with the beans and everything, the tomatoes, and then I garnish on top. I add some cilantro on top as well.
That's why I have this whole cup, because I love that. All right. We're letting that cook. I think we're going to add water now, right?
Yes, you can do water or vegetable broth, either one. And you're just gonna let it simmer after that to reduce it a little bit. So we're gonna add some liquid, but then we're going to reduce so it gets a little thicker.
Now, earlier today, I don't know why I had a flashback to elementary school, and I told this to Carol. Every couple of weeks, the school cafeteria would have what they called spring garden. And if you remember this, if you grew up in LA, let me know. I would love the recipe. It's similar to what we're doing. I think there was ground beef. I'm not 100% sure, and it may not have really been beef. Who knows what it was back then. But I'm not a big fan of the green beans, but the green beans that they put in to this spring garden was really, really good. Really enjoyed that. So I've got the water in there. Now, you've got to let this simmer. You can think of this as summering as we get into our winter months.
Exactly. So we're gonna just let it sit there for a little bit, let it bubble, simmer, and that also helps bring out the flavors and sort of combine, all the ingredients together. And I think the flavors really complement each other. And really, Mark, that's really it. I mean, how easy is this recipe? I love easy recipes. That's what I usually bring to you here.
Yeah. Well, you're going to come back. We're going to do something else, okay? Growing up in Brazil, and I just saw this not too long ago on the TV show Yellowstone. They said that American beef is going away because it's too expensive here, but that most of the beef that we're going to be eating in the next few years will be coming from Brazil. Didn't you grow up eating a lot of red meat?
A lot. I ate a lot of red meat. I ate a lot of filet mignon, very soft meats. We had meat added to our beans. So when we would cook beans, there were all sorts of different meats. I mean, different parts of the animal in there. Different types of animal fats as well, which brings out a lot of flavor. But then you eat the meat with the beans together, like in one big. It's called feijoada. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
It's a very traditional. It's the most traditional Brazilian dish. You eat rice with feijoada, which is just black beans or pinto beans with a ton of meat. And it all simmers together, and you pour that over the rice. So I grew up with a lot of meat, Mark, but I also grew up with a lot of vegetables and fruits. So being a tropical country, we had that in abundance. It was cheap to eat fruits and vegetables, and I luckily grew up with that, so I'm used to it. So it helped me, nowadays, making sure I get enough. I usually do because I grew up with it, which is great.
There's a Brazilian restaurant opening here in Thousand Oaks where we live, and it's a chain. I can't remember the name.
Is it a steakhouse?
Yes, it's they come to the table. I've eaten it there once, and I think it was in Las Vegas. And they come to the table with this skewer, yes, of meat, and they say, "Do you want it rare, medium, whatever?" Well, and they carve it right there off this skewer, and it's like pounds and pounds of meat, and it's all you can eat. It was a turnoff to me. It just, the salad bar was great.
I was just going to say that. The salad bars at the Brazilian steakhouse restaurants are out of this world. There's everything you can possibly imagine. And I think, again, that's due to the fact that we are a tropical country. We grow a lot of fruits and vegetables, so that's always something that's available. So now, if I go back home, obviously, I don't eat meat. And when my family or friends want to go to a steakhouse, I'm not worried being vegan because I know I have a great salad bar to rely on. And there's always beans as well, which is a good source of protein if you don't eat meat.
Got it. And with is the protein as good, if not better, in beans than, say, beef?
So that's a great question. There's two answers to this. In terms of protein quality, meaning how complete the protein is. So a quick little background. We need what we call amino acids, essential amino acids in our diet. These come from protein. We have some that we can't make in our bodies, so we need to get them from food. So things like beans have almost all these amino acids. So let's say a lower quality than an animal protein that has all those amino acids. But when you combine something like rice and beans, you get all of them. So really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you get them anyways. Now, the benefit of plant proteins such as beans is that they have no cholesterol. They have very little to no saturated fat, which is the type of fat that raises your cholesterol levels in the blood. They have fiber, which animal products and animal meats have no fiber. We know fiber is extremely important for our gut and lowering blood pressure, etc. And they have minerals and vitamins. So in terms of nutrition, they are superior to animal meat. But if you're talking, about the amount of those amino acids in the proteins, you will get more from animal meats, and you will get a larger amount of protein, in chicken or steak or fish than you will in beef. So
my understanding, though, is that we don't need as much protein as people think. Right?
100% correct. So we in the U.S., we overconsume protein. I mean, by far, it is the nutrient we eat the most of. We don't need much. We need actually like a small amount compared to what we usually get. And there is a consequence of eating too much protein. People think it's like an amazing thing that the more the better, but it's not true. Too much protein, especially from animals, puts a lot of stress on your kidneys that filter your blood, on your digestive system, on your stomach, your colon, etc. So too much meat is actually a bad thing in excess. So knowing how much you need, there's easy ways to calculate this. Online you can find, depending on your weight and how active you are. But yeah, Mark, it's actually very easy to get, your protein on a vegan diet, and if you're not vegan, it's even easier, with meats and fish and eggs.
I'm letting the chili simmer a little bit, and it's actually on a fairly hot flame. I want it to condense a little bit. May I ask you a couple of nutrition-oriented questions?
Absolutely.
Other than you, who are slim and fit, why is it that many vegans seem to be overweight, plump? All right, they're a little fat, and I'm not trying to be body shaming, but
got it. So there is a difference between eating a vegan diet that is just vegan by definition, and the difference between eating a whole food plant-based diet. These are two very different things. So what happens is, a lot of people say, oh well, I'm gonna go vegan because I don't want to support animal cruelty, or I want to do better for the environment because the animal agriculture puts a lot of stress on climate change, etc. Or because my doctor told me to. Whatever the reason is, people overnight decide I'm going to go vegan, and they go for packaged, processed items that are vegan. So regardless of the nutritional profile, people are eating a food just because it's vegan. So I'll give you a few examples. Oreos, as we know, we pretty much all grew up with Oreos. Oreos are vegan, believe it or not. Oreos are so artificial. The ingredients are so chemically made that they're vegan. So you can also eat things like just plain pasta, French fries. So many processed snacks. Everything that could be technically vegan does not mean it's nutritious. We also nowadays, this, Mark, because you go to all the events, Expo West and Expo East. We have so many fake meats that try to mimic real meat. So vegan chicken nuggets, vegan sausage, vegan burgers, and these are it's great that they're vegan, but they're not necessarily healthy. So some people may be following a vegan diet and consuming a lot of these processed items. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have
let me interrupt. I just want to say that I go as a consumer, okay, or as a journalist, as a reporter, to events and talk to people like you, because I'm interested in health. Now, I have to say I eat just about anything. I try to eat plant-based once a week. This week, tomorrow night, I've got an idea for a sandwich that I'm going to do. It's a tomato sandwich, all right? Probably two of them, but it's fresh tomatoes, fresh onions. I can't wait. I think it's going to be delicious. But I'm going to do smoked oysters on Friday. Okay, so I vary it. Okay, I really do. Let's take a look real quick back here.
All right.
I think
that is really good.
Now, I'm gonna take some out and put it in a bowl.
Perfect. Mark, it really is ready now. You can definitely eat it, especially if your veggies are cooked thoroughly. But the longer you let it simmer, the more that it kind of comes together as one. There's not as much separation, between the beans and the liquid. But you can definitely eat it now. If you don't have time, you don't want to wait 30 minutes. So that works.
Do you remember? I'll show you the plate here. I'm going to let it cool a little bit so I don't do the hot mouth dance that I've named here on the show. And I have some cilantro to put in there. First of all, when you were growing up in Brazil, did you have Oreos down there?
We did. We didn't
Thank
really
you,
eat them as much, but we had them. Yes.
Thank you, Nestle. No, Nabisco. No, Nabisco. Okay, thank you,
Nabisco.
Nabisco. Okay, thanks. And I wanted to talk about water with you. Do you drink tap water or cook with tap water, or do you use a filtered water?
I use mostly filtered, but I don't have enough knowledge to tell you one or the other. In Brazil, growing up, tap water is out of the question. You do not drink tap water anywhere. You go to a restaurant, you want water, it's bottled water. At home, it's filtered water. So I'm used to this because we can't drink the water in Brazil or you'll get really sick with tap water. But here it's different. I know that we used to live in New York, and the tap water is actually very pure there.
Very tasty, yes. Very tasty.
Yeah. How about you?
Carol and I have a discussion about this. Even though our water company says it's safe, I'm not so sure. I just got a report that over 65–70% of water in the United States that comes through a tap is not good for you. Now, I'm not saying bottled water is good, but the filtered water is the way to go. All right.
Yeah, I saw that as well, just to be safe.
Okay. All right. Before I taste this, I have an idea. I think there should be the Carolina and Mark show.
I love it.
Okay? All right. We'll work on that. Okay, here we go. This is still hot. Oh, I know what I was going to ask before I taste it. Beans. You know there's that real terrible rhyme. Beans, the more you eat, the more you...
Fruit.
Huh?
Beans is the magical fruit.
The magical fruit, the more you toot and all that.
The more you eat.
Yes. You've heard that, right?
Yes. Beans are gas-producing foods, similar to cruciferous vegetables. How is it?
I love my own cooking. I'm sorry. That's it's your recipe. No, this is really good.
Well, you gave it your touch. You modify a few things, and that's what's fun. This is a recipe. You can customize and make it taste how you like it, and you really can't go wrong. That's the best part.
Right, and award-winning chili does not have beans. You knew that. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, if you enter into a chili contest, beans are not there, which is why canned chilies have there are chilies with beans and without beans, but award-winning chili never has beans. They just don't. This is terrific.
Interesting. But now with the beans, you're getting all this great fiber, and that's what makes you go to the bathroom. It supports your digestion, but it is a food that produces gas, and that's because the bacteria in your gut, the good bacteria in your gut, they ferment the fiber in the beans, and then gas is just a byproduct, but it's actually extremely beneficial for your gut and your health. And fiber is essential in our diet. So this is an easy way to get protein and a lot of fiber.
And you've heard it first here, folks. According to the Green RD, farting is a good thing.
100%.
Okay. So the next time, never mind, we won't go there. I'm going to take one more bite.
Mark, you could also add other things on top of your chili. People like adding some cheese, some sour cream, some tortilla chips.
And you can do those. You can do those vegan too. Vegan sour cream.
Absolutely.
And vegan cheese. Did we do a vegan? I can't remember if we've done a vegan cheddar or not. But this is really good, and it's healthy. The other thing is, it's cheap. I think I spent $16 on everything, and that would include. It wouldn't include the beer, and it wouldn't include the olive oil, and the seasonings. But it's really good. Caroline, Carolina, will you come back? Will you do this again?
Absolutely. Anytime, if you need a vegan recipe, I'm your girl.
Well, thank you. Speaking of vegan, and we're going to talk about next week's show, we're going to ask Carolina to hold on for just a moment. Bye-bye, Carolina. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for having me, Mark.
Our pleasure. We'll do this again very soon. And if you want information about Carolina, you can go to hungryforplants.com. That's hungryforplants.com. Well, we have a somewhat of a theme because next week we're also going to be cooking vegan. We're going to be cooking hamburgers. Well, not hamburgers, but no bull burgers. Chrissy Ann Raymond will be joining us, and she's a chef and a mom, and she's created a packaged vegan burger. And we're going to try several of those and do some recipes I don't even know what we're going to do next week, but I did get a whole bunch of burgers in FedEx today. Hey, listen, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you, Carol.